Hi, so we are moving again. I wanted to basically do these videos as kind of like a diary for myself, because this move that we did to this property, I thought this was going to be our forever home, but to be honest, I hate this house. I've had to do so much with it and I don't like my neighbour. So we are moving again, and I just basically wanted to do this vlog because this house that we're moving to, we possibly might have the right to buy. So if we get the right to buy, then I want to buy that house and make that our forever home, and I want to actually do the property up to a high standard. This house was basically like a tester. I put all the flooring down myself, but there are things that I could have improved on, so that's what I'm going to do in the next house. I've got a few things to do today, so I'm taking my kit back to my college because I've withdrawn from that course because it's going to overlap with my university that I start in September 2025. So taking that back today. I've got a few things that I need to take to the laundrette, a few things to take to the charity shop. I want to do those things before I have the removal man come and have a look and give me a quote on what basically I can and can't take with me. So yeah, I wanted to also do it from like the very beginning, because in the previous house move I didn't do it from the beginning. I kind of done it from when we had moved into the new property and said goodbye to our old one. This one I kind of want to document the whole thing. The only thing that we haven't documented is obviously the house viewings. God, I've done my back in as well, so it's not good timing, but we'll see what happens, and hopefully the tips and tricks that I've learnt from the move of this house I'll hopefully put into the next house, and see how we go. So I can't hold this now. I'm going to be vlogging over the next couple of months, maybe in the next few years, because we are moving again and I want to document it from start to finish. I've already kind of missed the very beginning because obviously I can't video someone else's house for exchange and things like that. So today I've just got a little bit of sorting out to do. I have sent off the forms yesterday. I'm just waiting for the lady to send off her forms today. And then we've got to wait for our background checks to be done. And then we get our date for moving. Now, I haven't got that much that I need to get rid of, to be fair, because the move that we did from the previous house where we had been there for like 10 years, we got rid of quite a bit of stuff then. So now all we need to do is get rid of some of the extra little bits and pieces. And today we're going to take a few things to the charity shop. I've got to bin one or two things. I've got a few things I've got to put in the boot of the car for a family member who's going to take it off my hands, which I'm so grateful for. And then we are going to my local Wickes to get a few sample pieces. This is the only stressful thing about moving house again so soon after our previous, because we've only been here for like a year. I've done all the redecorating in this house, including the flooring. So this floor has only been down, I think, like 6 or 7 months, and it cost around about £2,000. So when we move into the new house, it's going to be the case of saving up for a couple of months to do the flooring in the kitchen, living room, hallway and bathroom, because everything's downstairs and I want it all to be flowing. And then upstairs is going to be another couple of months to save for each of our bedrooms flooring. So, but because I have the opportunity at some point down, like I think it's like 5 or 10 years, you get the opportunity to buy the property. So I want to be able to do that. So I want to decorate this house to a really high standard compared to what we did with this house. This house, I wasn't sure whether I was going to be here forever, even though in the previous videos I said that we were going to stay here for good. But I didn't have the opportunity to buy this house at some point in the future. So, yeah, we're moving again. But this house that we're moving to has got an extra large garden, and I mean it is massive. I've never had a garden this big before, so that's going to take up quite a chunk of the money as well. But it's so close to archery club, it's close to college, university, and it's so close to the shops as well, so it's all good. It's going to be a good move for us. But yeah, so I just want to make these videos because if I do get to the point where I do buy this house, I want to be able to look back and be like, right, this is what happened basically. But yeah, so this is the start of our new journey. She's already been to view our house, she loved it. We've been to view her house, tried not to fall in love with it until she gave us the answer to whether she wants to move to this address. But we did. So when she said, oh yeah, I want to move with you, I was so happy. But yeah, it's just money now, and getting the other property done up. So yeah, today we're just gonna go get some samples, go for a walk. I've done my back already and we've not even started packing yet, so that's gonna be fun. And we've got, I think, 4 days till Christmas, so it's a really nice early Christmas present for us to find out that we're going to be moving. Yeah, let's see what happens next. So today is the 21st of December. I'm going to start decluttering now because even though we're not moving until mid-February, maybe even the beginning of February, but what I've noticed in my previous move, and this will be my first tip to anyone who's planning on moving soon, is have a declutter a few weeks before your move, because that way then when you start boxing your items ready for the moving day, you then have an additional like little declutter. But when you're doing the decluttering on the day that you're packing your boxes ready for the move, you end up packing stuff that you really don't need, and it ends up taking space in the moving van, which is going to cost you extra money. So my advice would be, if you need to get rid of loads of junk, give yourself about 4 to 6 weeks to go through literally every nook and cranny in your house, get rid of a whole load of stuff. I think last year they were talking about having to do 2 trips because I was going to fill up 2 lots of the biggest vans that they had. I ended up getting all my stuff down to 1 small van. I'm going to try and do the same again now, although we haven't, because since moving into this property, I've actually been decluttering like quite a bit since I moved in. But even now, I'm still finding things that I really don't need. I don't use it. I keep looking at it and thinking, I'm a single mum, I need to keep that because otherwise in a couple of weeks or a couple of months' time, I'm going to end up buying it again. But the thing is, I haven't used it. So really, for the real estate in the house, which hasn't got much storage, I could get rid of it and then buy it again when I need it, or borrow it from someone else. Not only that, but I could have got it from a charity shop for a fraction of the price that I bought the thing for. But yeah, so today I'm going through the cupboard under the stairs. There's not much in there, but at the same time there is loads in there. So my cat's playing around. So yeah, I'm going to go through the cupboard under the stairs. The only thing that I want to keep really from under there is the camping stuff. But I'm going to try and fit that in my bed because I've got an ottoman. So if I can fit that under there, then I can say to the guy who's going to do estimates and stuff that I do have storage under there. Or I could take everything out from under my bed and put it in the No, because there's more storage. No, I'm going to try anything that I need. I'm going to fit underneath my bed, and then that way I don't need to pack as much. And I'll get rid of more stuff. But yeah, that's my fun for today. Okay, so it's a new week. I am currently just clearing out some of the cupboards, the nooks and crannies, just to get rid of some clutter, so that then when we're actually boxing things, I don't have as much to get rid of. I got rid of 2 units today, and I've got this unit that is here, which is filled with my beauty products that I, because I'm a beauty therapist in my part-time, and I've also got this desk here that I need to go through, get rid of some stuff, and I really need to get past that mental block of what if I need it tomorrow, or what if I need it next week or next month, or what if I need it in the new house. I don't need it at all. It's just so much stuff. And I'm struggling to part with it because I've spent money on it in the first place. Which actually, since living in this house, I have now kind of, I look at something, I hold on to it, I touch it, I feel it. And after a while, that first, oh, I really like that, then becomes, but do I? In which case I then put it back because I have that niggle of doubt, and if I do really want it, then I'll go back and get it another day. But all my beauty stuff that's in this unit here, I got all of that online. So I bought it all, and instead of sending things back, I packed it away thinking, oh, I'm going to use that on clients, blah, blah, blah. And actually, I then did another order, and then another order, and then another order, without checking what I had in my unit. So I'm going to piece together little parcels for some of the girls that I go to college with and do beauty with, and see if they would like some of those, like just like a mini starter kit basically. I've already got a tiny client base which I'm not putting shade on at all. I'm really grateful for them, because every time they come, it's always on a week or a day where I'm like so tight with cash, and they're just like, here you go, have some money, and can you do my nails for me? And it's just perfect timing. But I think I do like one set of nails once, maybe even twice a month, and there'll be some months where I don't do any nails at all, but I'm okay with that, because that way then I haven't got the pressure of doing so many different sets of nails, especially when it comes to intricate designs as well, because that's more the thing that I do, is I do intricate designs. So I do like a couple of gonk scenes, patterns, 3D effects and things like that. I do have a YouTube channel for my designs, but I just haven't really put my designs on there because I'm not good at editing. Like even now, I'm not used to where I need to look on my camera. But yeah, so I'm going to go through this tonight. I'm going to go through my desk also, and then maybe I'll do some of my room tomorrow. But we've got 3 days until Christmas, and there is a few surfaces that I want to completely clear, because now that I've cleared out the storage under my stairs, all of that storage has now gone onto my dining table. So yeah, my mess has moved from one area of the house to another, from a place where you couldn't see it to a place where you can see it. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hello. So today is Saturday the 25th of January. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. I've just realised, I noticed it when I was editing the other video as well, because I'm not a vlogger, I keep saying a lot and I don't look at the camera. I don't know where to look. So if I keep doing that, just ignore it. Anyway, so on Wednesday, we got an email from my housing officer stating that the exchange would not be going on because they were missing bits of information, and stated that the lady I was hoping to exchange with was only entitled to a 1-bedroom house, whereas I have a 2-bedroom house, and so does she. Now, in England, for anyone who doesn't know, I live in a housing association, which is technically a council property, but it's also not a council property because it's a housing association, but is kind of a council run association. I know, it's confusing. But basically, because houses are so in demand, so I currently have a 2-bed property, she has a 2-bed property. God, can you hear that? That's my neighbours. If you can hear that, I'm sorry, but this is one of the reasons why I want to leave, because next door, just no consideration for her neighbours whatsoever. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so those who need a 3-bed property but are only in a 2-bed, they need to swap with someone that needs to go from a 3-bed to a 2-bed. I hope this is making sense. It's awfully complicated, but when you're in the situation where you're in the housing association, you'll understand. And there's multiple housing associations, and the annoying thing about housing associations is they are penny pinching. So if you have, I don't know, a repair that needs doing, it is incredibly difficult to get the repair done unless it is a life-threatening repair, such as like a boiler breaking or something like that. They can't leave you without hot water or heating if you have a medical condition and things like that. But anyway, so Wednesday we were told we couldn't, because we really want to swap with each other. She sent my housing officer an email stating that her son does live with her and he will be living with her and all that fun stuff. And then her housing officer for her end also contacted my housing officer. So that happened on Thursday, but because my housing officer has Thursdays off, I had absolutely no sleep because I basically wasn't going to get an answer, and housing associations have 42 days to give an answer, like a definite decision on whether you can exchange with each other, and to also get your dates to sign paperwork and then exchange. So on Friday, when I woke up in the morning, first thing in the morning, she had emailed me saying all good, green light, all good to go for exchange. And I was so happy. And then she was like, okay, speak to the lady that you're exchanging with, give me a date that you want to sign the paperwork, and then give me a day to for exchange. So we're going to sign paperwork on Friday the 7th of February, and then we are going to be exchanging on the 10th of February. So I am super excited. I've already packed a few boxes already, but I will say, doing the method that I was saying about, like a couple, we did the whole, oh come on, get your words out. We did the home viewing in December, decided to exchange between us and get all the paperwork started in the last week of December, and I basically started the packing stage then, really. To be fair, when I moved from my previous house where I'd spent like 9.5 years, I had accumulated so much stuff that I required 2 vans to move into this property, but I was like, no, absolutely not. We're going to get it down to 1 van. I did that. I got rid of so much stuff. It was amazing, to the point that charity shops in my area at the time asked me not to go back with any more stuff, so I had to take it to another charity in the next town along, which was absolutely fine. I did have so much stuff, and I did say to him, look, I've got so much more to come, what do you want me to do with it? But the charity shops in that area were so small. It is literally one big room and then a tiny little back area. So yeah, I understood. But over the last couple of weeks, what I've been doing is having another clear out, getting rid of some stuff that I haven't used since I've moved into this house, which has been an eye-opener. I've got rid of that stuff because that way then, when I start packing boxes, off you get. Good girl. I've got such a naughty cat, but she's so good as well. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of days now, because what I did over the last few weeks, that's what I'm saying, I have been going through... Twinkle! I have been going through literally everything and giving stuff away, taking stuff to charity shops, selling stuff on Vinted, Facebook sales and things like that. Hold on a second. Okay. Now all I need to do is, when I am packing boxes, I'm going to look at things a little bit more closely and then deciding whether I want to keep them or not. And then those I will also take to the charity shop, because I want to try and get to a more minimalist living. I know everyone's going through a phase of that and things like that, but I do have so much stuff that I'm constantly cleaning it. I'm moving it from one area of the house to another, and I'm just getting frustrated, and the clutter is just, I can't relax in my own space. So I am going to be getting rid of some more stuff before we move into this new house. The other thing in this new house is that I might actually, after a couple of years, have the right to buy. And if that is the case, then I want to do this house up so much more professionally. Like, I'm still going to do all the work myself just to save myself a pretty penny. But for instance, the flooring that I did in here, I did laminate flooring. But what I was told to do was leave the skirting boards on and then get beading to go around the gap between the skirting board and the laminate flooring. In this new house, I'm going to take all the skirting boards off, lay the floor, and then put the skirting boards back on, just because I feel it is a lot more of a cleaner finish. It's more professional. Whereas the beading, I just didn't like it. I got some and I took it back, because when I put it into place on the floor, it looked weird having beading against a skirting board. So yeah, we're going to take the skirting boards off. So this new house is going to take me quite some time to do up, but I'm absolutely fine with that. Also, in September, I start university at Agriculture University. And the plan is to document my experience with that as well, just so that I can go back on things. And also I want to get chickens in the back garden, and my back garden, I want to completely overhaul it, because this garden here is a tiny little shoebox compared to what we're moving to. What we're moving to, for me, is like a 50-acre bloody field. It's not. It's massive though. It is really, really big. So for someone who's not really got a gardening bone in her body, I am a little bit worried about this garden. But at the same time, I think it's going to help me with a few projects that I have planned for university, because I've actually looked into the course quite a bit. And I feel like this garden's going to help me expand on projects and things for uni. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I think also by the end of this year, I'm going to also have a new job. Fingers crossed. That is the plan. But for now, I just need to basically get some semblance of organisation going on, because where I have pulled everything out of everywhere, I've got some furniture that's being sold hopefully on Tuesday. I've got stuff to take to a charity shop. I just don't have a spare bit of clean space, or decluttered space is what I mean at the moment, because everything is on all the surfaces so that I can decide whether I want to throw it, keep it, or give it to my neighbour or someone. But yeah, that is what is going on, and we are moving. I'm so excited, but yeah, I've got a few things to do between now and then. So my vlogs, I think, are going to be like a week or two at a time. So the last video was over the space of, I think, about 2-3 weeks, just because there wasn't really much to vlog and I wasn't entirely sure whether we would be moving. Now there is the chance that she might change her mind, so I might not actually start loading these videos onto my YouTube until after we've exchanged, because, or maybe I will post them beforehand, because that way then you'll get an experience of, like, the real experience of what exchanging is like in England, because sometimes when you go to move in on the day, they might call up and say, actually, I've changed my mind, which would be infuriating, because I would still have to pay the furniture guys the full amount of money because I haven't given them 14 days to cancel, which wouldn't really work anyway, because we've only got 2 weeks to move and I've already booked them. So, but yes. I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Oh, and another good thing that I've managed to do is basically, with my car insurance, I was expecting to have to pay another like £150 or something stupid, because that's what I had to do when I moved from my previous place to here. But because my car insurance was paid in full on the 15th of this month, I'm still within my 14 days to cancel my contract. So it actually worked out really, really well for me, because to change my paperwork, it only cost me 20 quid. Whereas if I had waited until after the 14 days of cancellation, it would have been a lot more. So I was so glad. But yeah, it worked out really well. But now I just need to figure out how to get the trug out the back garden. Yeah, the trug that I got for my birthday arrived in a flat pack box, and I spent about an hour putting the thing together. Goes out the back door perfectly fine. It will come in the back door perfectly fine. It will go through this living room door perfectly fine at a squeeze. However, the front door is too skinny, so it will not go out the front door. So what the guys are going to have to do is take it through the back fence, but they're going to have to lift it above the heads to go through the back alleyway, which has got neighbours on either side for about 3 or 4 houses, and then carry it over the back gate, because it doesn't fit out the back gate either. This could be fun. But also, the other issue I've got with the trug is that it takes up too much space in the van. So at the moment, again, I need 2 van loads, but I need to get it down to 1, because otherwise I'm going to have to find another £150 for the removal van. And I don't want to do that. I can get it down to 1 van. I've done it before, I can do it again. And I don't have as much stuff as I did last time, but I've already got rid of a desk, rug, some other bits of furniture, so it will all fit in 1 van. It's just getting the trug to the van. But yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. So for the next few days, I'm going to be packing. And yeah, moving in 2 weeks. Yes. See you soon.